Israel has continued its bombardment on Hezbollah targets in Lebanon, killing over 100 people in a day. It opened another front as it bombed Houthi targets in Yemen amid fears of a wider conflagration in the Middle East. According to Lebanon's health ministry, 105 people were killed and 359 wounded because of Israelis' attacks, and the attack came some days after Israel killed Hassan Nasrallah, the head of Hezbollah group, which has engaged in cross-border fire with the country to show solidarity with Hamas in Gaza. Now, just to put that into perspective, viewers, what I have over here on my screen is going to give you a basic understanding on the targets in the Israel and you know what exactly, where are the locations that they have targeted. I'm going to request my PCR to quickly pan on what I have over here on my screen for our viewers. These are some of the attack points. Yeah, there you see it. Okay, here is putting words into perspective. These are roughly 37 targets that we have over here for you. They give us an understanding on the number of locations within Lebanon that have been attacked. We can of course see over here many locations. Torah is over here, Hula is over here, and you can see how the entire in all of Lebanon has been attacked at some or the other point, giving you more perspective over here. And I have another visual that's going to make you really understand attacks that have taken place. Again, you can see Israeli attacks on Lebanon. 8,313 attacks have taken place. What we see over here in orange, which is of course on the outer sphere, you can see Hezbollah and other attacks on Israel, which is as many as 1,901. So 785 combined deaths is what has been reported. 752 Lebanese deaths that have been reported, and 33 Israeli deaths. And these are again numbers that we're tracking for you between October 7th, 2023 to September 20th, 2024. So just giving you an understanding on the kind of collateral damage that has taken place in the past 11 months. So there you see, of course, it gives you an understanding on the kind of situation that's prevailing. Of course, you can see again a division, a breakup of the number of attacks that have taken place. As many as 111 attacks in Metullah. We of course over here we have Manara, where 92 attacks have taken place. Shetullah, where 83 attacks have taken place. Again, more, of course, we have on the inner side of Lebanon, you can see more attacks have taken place. 298 attacks in Hula. When we talk about Kafkar Killa, 312 attacks. And again, you can see, again, giving you an understanding on the kind of attacks that have taken place and how exactly have they been, what kind of targets have been placed. So again, this gives you a better understanding. And in fact, these are again the details that we have for you. So again, just giving you an understanding on that front. But, we have more breaking news that's coming in at this point of time. As far as these attacks are concerned, the body of former Hezbollah chief Hassan Nasrallah has been found and recovered. The wreckage of Israeli airstrike in Beirut, while Hezbollah's statement on Saturday confirmed that Nasrallah's death did in fact take place, and he was killed when in fact his funeral would be. So these are again developments that we are tracking for you. There were wounds in fact found on his body as well. In fact, joining us at this point of time is an extensive panel. We have Major General Sudhakarji, geopolitical expert, that joins us on the broadcast. Also Major General Rajan Kochar, defense expert, with us on the broadcast, and Arvind Tejwat, international affairs expert, also with us on the broadcast. Let me quickly start off this conversation with Major General Rajan Kochar. Sir, thank you so much for joining us firstly. Now, in the past 4 days from the elimination of the Hezbollah chief to now, of course, these continued attacks that are taking place, how do you then assess the situation on ground?
So the situation is extremely volatile as of now, because these kind of rapid strikes, it reminds me of a term called blitzkrieg, which the Germans style of overwhelming the enemy. So I feel these are all well planned. I'm given to understand that 3 to 4 months of detailed planning has taken place before Israel has gone in for the strikes, and at the effect, the end target effect, I would say, is tremendous because specific intelligence inputs were available. It is not only the electronic intelligence, but the human intelligence which has come into play in a very big way. I am given to understand Nasrullah's killing was a result of an insider job, and specific location was pinpointed, and he was there for a specific amount of time only and was shortly going to leave that location. So you can imagine the kind of detailed planning, and I strongly feel that the United States also played a very important role in giving Israel that kind of surveillance, that kind of satellite information, and the strikes were carried out with precision. And you can imagine 80 bombs were used. So Israel didn't want to take a chance. So now what we are seeing is, in the next few days, I visualize there is going to be a more intense air attacks, a more intense missile attacks. All the logistic centers, all the ammunition areas, all the missile launching sites are going to be targeted, because ultimately the Israel Defense Forces are preparing for a ground offensive. Their three divisions are already lined up on three thrust lines. They are going to enter in any case, and therefore they are preparing the ground for the offensive, because after all this destruction takes place, I'm quite sure the military capability of Hezbollah is going to reduce to an appreciable extent. And then the Israeli defense forces will go in. And if you remember 2006, you remember 1982, you remember 1978, all those three wars the Israel defense forces have gone in, because unless they go in, they will not be able to achieve their objective of decimating Hezbollah's military wing, because the Shura Council of Hezbollah has five predominant wings, and one of them is the military, other is the judicial and political. All those wings are there. But right now the military wing is being targeted, and if you have seen, most of the leaders in the military wing have been eliminated. So I feel there is a disarray now in the ranks of Hezbollah. There is a leadership vacuum, and this leadership vacuum is to the advantage of Israel. And I'm sure that now we are going to see a greater intensity in the approach of the Israeli defense forces towards Lebanon.
Right, so absolutely requesting you to stay on with us. In fact, more breaking news coming in at this point of time, where Israeli Air Force has published a video of the fighter jets that took out Hezbollah's leader in Beirut, Lebanon. So again, those visuals have now also been made public, is what we're learning at this point of time. And in fact, I'd like to rope in Major General Sudhakarji into the telecast. Sir, I'm going to propose the same question to you. How do you then assess the situation on ground? What do you think? How is this going to then transpire in your assessment?
Asabri, good morning. Thank you for catching me midway in my traveling mode. I've just got into a decent enough guest room to connect to NewsX. And I couldn't compliment you, NewsX, and the previous panelist. General Saab is senior to me. He deserves to have the last say. But allow me to give a perspective. I'll just put across certain views in a perspective which will be wholesome and which will be holistic. As I look at things, they will have a larger impact at the global level, something in the regional level, and something at the local level. Global level, we all know that the elections in US is round the corner. 5th of November is a very decisive and demanding date. That is the primary driving force which is making the Democrats to take a supporting kind of approach, full-fledged support to Israel, go full hog and neutralize the Hezbollahs. So therefore, it is a win-win situation as far as the Democrats are concerned. The TRP is going in favor of Kamala Harris. Trump is trudging along. He's just about crawling, improving. So it's a very, between the Ukraine, the Central Europe, and the Middle East, perhaps it looks like the Democrats are going to lap up some victory signature in their favor if they neutralize Hezbollah. Hezbollah, in any case, is going to be an aim plus. The primary aim was Hamas. Second point that is coming to my notice is West Asia is not all about Hamas and Hezbollah. You have Houthis, you have Iraqi militia, you have Islamist jihadis, and likewise you have towards north of Iraq, you have a different kind of a people. So all these things put together, there are 40,000 militants or terrorists in different names and different groups with different kind of arsenal. So perhaps as the battle or the conflict in the north of Israel and south of Lebanon is showing a huge amount of quantum of decimation, perhaps the weight of Israeli might, military might, is going to shift towards the Yemen, the Houthis. Certain signatures have already been painted. Some headquarters, some terrorist persons have already been neutralized between yesterday and today. All these things are taking place, Sabri, after 17th and 18th of September. Now, this is a new dimension as far as the military, the conflict is concerned, military science is concerned. What Israel has done is, it's a conventional force which is tackling or addressing a non-conventional force or the non-state actor. When you do that, then you have to fight the battle as the enemy is fighting against you. And they have so beautifully synthesized and integrated the kind of hybrid warfare with the conventional warfare. To start with, they have targeted the command, control, coordination and communication element to start with the help of pager, and you had ICOM blast of the explosions that they took place. It took away leadership at multiple levels. Thereafter, this offensive has started. What is the primary aim as far as Israel is concerned? The primary aim is to push back or neutralize Hezbollah completely, so that the intermittent shelling, be it from the space platform, that is the drones, or the missiles they were launching between 8th of October 2023 and now, it comes to an end, so that the people who have vacated the houses, almost 70,000 at times, you see 1 lakh plus people, they have abandoned the houses, they have moved away from the northern part of Israel and to elsewhere. He wants all his people to get back to this area.
Now, absolutely. Absolutely. I'm going to request you to stay on with us. In fact, more breaking news we have for our viewers. Israel strikes dozens of Hezbollah sites in Lebanon's Bekaa region. Meanwhile, Lebanon's health ministry has stated that Israeli attacks have killed 105 people in the past 24 hours as army jets continue non-stop bombardment across the country. These are again the developments that we're tracking for you. And in fact, I'd like to rope in Mr. Arvind into the conversation. Sir, now, how do you then view the situation that's prevailing on ground? The fact that, there are as many as 105 people who've been killed in the past 24 hours. What's your assessment on that front?
Sorry, I believe that Israel is doing a clear violation of international laws, because I suppose they have used almost 2,000 pounds bomb, which is not allowed as per the international treaties. And there is a mass killing is happening even when the Israel used the pager bomb, and even the woman and the children, even they died, which is a clear violation. So if we think in a term of humanity, then I suppose we cannot support the Israel and the America's act. And they have used a bomb called bunker destroyed bomb, which been invented by the US intelligence. So I suppose that whatever the Israel and the US are doing is not fair enough and is not appreciated by the international law and community. And even the India's stand is totally different. India said to both the Israel and Palestinian people that the solution only can be seek from the peace only. And I suppose that what the Israel is doing is not fair enough at the moment because the mass killing is happening, and at the same time, the Israeli settlers are occupying the land of Palestinians. So we shall think about all the things, and then we shall reach on a conclusion. Sorry. Hello.
Lebanese Prime Minister had noted that there could be nearly 1 million internally displaced people within Lebanon itself, as many flee Israeli bombardments across various regions. So again, now we have, of course, a better understanding. There are 70,000 people who've now fled. And in fact, I'd like to again rope in Mr. Arvind into the conversation. You know, with people fleeing the country, I'd like to now understand from you, what kind of a role can then Syria play amidst this escalation?
Sorry, there was a network exaggeration, so I couldn't hear you. But what I can assess that you are asking about the Syria and their role.
Yes.
So I suppose that the Iran is backing the mainly organization that was Hamas, Hezbollah, and Houthi in Yemen. And I suppose some of the Iranian groups, some of the Syrian groups are also in a contact with the Iran government and all. So basically, this fight is of the fight of two different cultures, which is the Samuel Huntington said, the clashes of the civilization. So basically, I believe that the Euro-American culture, which is the Jews and the Christian culture, having issues with the Islamic culture, and both are having a different cultural and the values about the society. And I suppose in a fifth decade, the England planted the Jewish people in the Muslim area. So I believe that what the clashes is happening nowadays, we can see in a history, then we can try to find the solutions there.
For more such videos, subscribe to the NewsX YouTube channel, hit the bell icon.